Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. We are going to start class in a child's pose today. You can allow the knees to part, send the hips back. And go ahead and reach the fingers a little further away from you. And sink the hips back. And then if it feels comfortable, you can bend the elbows and rest the forehead on the hands, or keep the arms extended. And just begin to shift your awareness towards your breathing. And if that feels a little difficult right now, that's okay. If the mind feels super noisy, with every breath you notice your focus drawn away, just bring your awareness back to that next in-breath. And take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And on that next inhale, gently reach the hands a little further out in front of you. And as you exhale, sink the hips back a little more. Maybe coming to spider tip fingers on the hands to feel a nice elongation in the side bodies. And flatten the palms on your mat. On that next inhale, roll yourself up into a tabletop. Realign the knees under the body. And then very gently, we're taking a few rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, lift the gaze and drop the belly, grounding down through the tops of the feet. Exhale, round, tuck the chin into the chest. And for the next few moments, play around with this movement. Maybe rocking yourself forward and back if that feels good. Notice if you're aware of that last breath. And if you weren't, it's okay. Just be aware of the next breath you take. When you're ready, inhale, reach that right leg back behind you. And as you exhale, cross that right leg over towards the left, and then send the gaze over towards the right toes. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're bending the knees and then shifting the weight back so that we're almost in this funky child's pose here. Noticing any sensation in that right hip. With every exhale, you're seeing if you can release into the pose a little bit more. And on your next inhale, lift yourself back up to center, uncross the legs, and extend that right leg back out. And very gently, we're taking 3 hip circles here. So just whatever feels natural at your own pace. Just lubricating the hip joint. And then take those hip circles in the opposite direction. Inhale to re-extend that right leg. And exhale, very gently place it down. Inhale to extend that left leg back behind you this time. Exhale, cross that left leg over towards the right as you exhale and shift the gaze towards the toes. And feel that breath in the left side body here. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out, we're bending the knees, shifting the weight back for the funky child's pose. Remembering that there's no right or wrong as long as it feels good in your body. Life can often feel overwhelming and busy and very fast-paced. So really give yourself this time to intentionally slow down and nurture your body. On that next inhale, return back to center. Extend that left leg, engaging the core here, but keeping it gentle as you bend that left knee and just take 3 hip circles in one direction. And then take it the opposite way. Return with that leg straight, and then exhale, place that left knee down. If there's any pinching or pain on the knees, you can always roll your mat or maybe place a blanket there. And then maybe right here you take another round of cat and cow. Noticing if it already feels a little different. Return back to center, tuck the toes, take a slow breath in. And as you take your exhale, very gently, just find a downward dog. Notice what this feels like in your body. We're only here for 4 breaths. So maybe you very slowly bend one leg and then the other. Nothing crazy. We're keeping a slow-paced breath. And very gently, inhale to roll yourself forward to a plank. Exhale, release the knees down. And then when you're ready, we're moving into a puppy pose here. So walk the hands further out in front of you and release the chest down for a heart opener. Take a deep breath in, feeling the back expand. Exhale, release. Now keep your focus on the connection of the forearms as you inhale and roll yourself forward to a Sphinx pose, shining the heart out in front of you. Maybe adjusting so the elbows are directly under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. And bring your awareness to the back here. Shoulders released up, back, and down. And even if you don't feel a lot, just know that this is doing wonders to your low back here. Releasing any stuck tension that you might not even have known you had. And take a full breath in. And as you intentionally slow down your exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Maybe rocking the head slowly from one side to another. And if you feel the urge to rush this movement, that's okay. This is a practice of slowing down. Maybe you count your breath. I'm taking a full breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing for 5, Counting in the head. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 5. And then when you're ready, very gently lower the chest down. Extend that right arm out to a T, and then frame the chest with that left hand. We're rolling onto that right hip, so bend that left knee, and then roll yourself over. We're here for 2 deep breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, breathe out. Inhale, return back to center. And as you exhale, we're just finding this on the other side. 2 breaths. Inhale, return back to center, reframing the chest with the hands. Press yourself back into a downward dog. Take a full cleansing breath in. Open mouth, breathe out. Inhale, reach that right leg high. Exhale, hug the knee into the nose, rock yourself forward. And then gently step that foot between the hands. And then very gently just rock yourself forward and back here for a breath. And then release that left knee down. And on that next inhale, lift yourself up so that the shoulders are over the hip, and notice if you're already sensing the urge to dump into that front leg and arch the back. See if you can maybe lift yourself up enough to be able to tuck the tailbone under. You'll still feel that nice elongation in the left hip. Engaging the core a lot here. Hands can be at the hips. The mind feels extra noisy narrating right here. That's okay, we're not hating on the mind. It offers us creative thought and decision making. We're just practicing, realizing that we don't always need to tap into that space. So one breath at a time, you're creating this separation from your thoughts. And if that doesn't make sense or click right away, that's okay. Just practice focusing your awareness on something else. And bring your inner awareness to that left hip here, keeping the core engaged. Breathe in. And now as you breathe out, sink into that front hip as you walk that right foot to the outside of your mat. And then place both hands to the inside of that right leg for our lizard pose. If there's any pinching or pain on that left knee, that's your body telling you to come off of it a little bit. Breathing in. And breathing out. If your body is urging you to take micro movements in that front leg, go ahead and take it. But make sure those movements are intentional, and that just means you're aware of what movement you're taking with your body. You're not just moving willy-nilly. You're focused. Keeping the chest pressed out in front of you, keeping that right knee hugged in for now. Breathe in. As you breathe out, can you sink in the legs a little bit deeper? And notice where in the body you're feeling the most sensation from this pose. Is it that right glute? That left hip? Breathing in. And as you breathe out, if you'd like to open up that right hip and roll to the outside of that right foot, take that option here. Breathe in. And breathe out. You're aware of every breath in and every breath out. We're seeing if we can rest in poses for a bit longer here to really create sustained flexibility and release. Because if you can find ease in the discomfort of a deep stretch, that's when you find the flexibility and the release that allows you to feel more relaxed. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, gently lift yourself back up. And then we're moving right into our pigeon pose. And so walk that right foot over towards the left, taking any micro adjustments you need. And then when you're ready, roll yourself forward. Take your time to set yourself up in your pigeon pose here. And it might look different than it did the other day, and that's okay. Just work with where your body's at right now. Set yourself up, take a deep breath in to stay lifted. And then if it feels natural, you can lower it down, but don't let that lose the connection in your core. Keep it engaged. Resting in this pose is the easy part, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable. What's the challenge here is dealing with the mental piece of resting in this pose. Resting in this stillness. Take a full belly breath in. Retain that breath at the top. Exhale very slowly here. Our mind often likes to fill stillness with noise. And so notice that tendency, notice the thoughts come up, and see if with every exhale you can gently let it pass. And bring your inner awareness to that right hip. Resisting the urge to use words to identify the sensation, just notice what your body feels. Relax that right thigh, the right shin. Take a full belly breath in. Exhale, can you relax into this a little bit more? getting into our deep tissues here. By resting and pausing past the state of discomfort. But you won't reach that if you don't intentionally slow the breath and create a sense of relaxation and ease in the midst of this discomfort. That's what we're practicing. So with every exhale, you're forcing the body to release and relax into this pose. You're letting go a little bit more towards the earth. We're here for 4 more deep breaths. Take a full belly breath in. Exhale, fully relax. Inhale. Exhale, fully relax. Breathing in. Exhale, relax. And very gently on that next breath, just notice the difference now versus when you first entered your pigeon pose. Does it feel a little different? And then on that next in-breath, lift yourself up. Exhale, find your downward dog. Taking any movement you'd like with that right leg, maybe lifting it high or stacking the hips. Then inhale, reach that left leg high. Exhale, gently roll yourself forward and step that foot between the hands. Release that right knee down. Inhale, lift yourself up. And then if you'd like for a breath, you can stay lower just to rock yourself forward and back. And then rise, keeping the core engaged. And then notice the longing to want to really sink deep into that front leg to elongate that right hip. We don't want to feel that right now. Right now we want to just try to keep the hips square, engage the core a lot so that the shoulders are over the hips, and then we lower down. And the moment we start to sense our back curve, that's when we stop, take it back, engage the core a little more. And still feel this elongation in that right hip. Take a few breaths. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Release. Make any micro adjustments you need. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to the inside of that left foot. Walk that left leg out, finding your lizard pose from here. Keeping that left knee hugged in towards the right shoulder for now. Spread the fingers wide and see if you can shine the heart out in front of you. Not reaching the gaze high, but keeping the neck in line with the spine. Core is engaged. Making the weight even in both hands. Full breath in. Relax as you breathe out. And remind yourself right here that you're doing a great job. taking a slow breath in. And as you control your exhale, if you'd like to roll to the outer edge of that foot and open up that left hip, take that option. Maybe you release the head down. We're here for 5 more breaths. Slow and controlled inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale. Exhale, can you sink a little deeper? And on your next inhale, gently press yourself up. And we're moving straight into our pigeon on this side. So cross that left leg over towards the right. And then sink right in, walking that right foot back behind you. You can always keep that toe tucked. Take a breath in to lift the chest. And as you breathe out, you can stay lifted or you can lower down. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Can you relax that right glute, the left glute? Relax the left thigh. The shin and the left foot. And see if you can be aware of the next few breaths you take. With every exhale, can you continue to relax? When we intentionally slow down our exhale. We begin to take our body out of a fight or flight response. Inviting ease. And it helps us relax into this moment just a little bit more. So take a deep breath in. A very slow, cleansing breath out. 2 more deep breaths just like that. And on that next breath, just notice if this side feels a little bit different than when we first entered the pose. And then slowly inhale to press yourself up onto the hands, and then extend that left leg back behind you for a 3-legged dog. Maybe stacking the hips. Take a full breath in your downward dog. Open mouth, breathe out. Inhale. And as you exhale, release the knees down, and then turn yourself so that you're widthways on your mat. We're moving into a frog pose here, but if you already know frog pose is not for you, you can allow the toes to come together and the knees to part to find another version of child's pose, or maybe a reclined butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together. So finding this, or maybe your frog pose. If you're finding your frog pose and it's accessible, I invite you to take a pillow and maybe place it underneath the face here. As you gently walk the knees to the sides of your mat, the inner arches of the feet go down and the toes face away from you. You're on the hands for a breath as you just gently rock yourself forward and back for a breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, maybe you lower down. Keeping the core engaged. In yoga classes, we often hear a lot of talk about our psoas, which is the muscle that attaches our low back to our hips. But by doing a lot of the stretches that we did in class today, we're able to help release the tension that's held there. Because whenever we're hit with any emotional response, fear or anxiety, our body tenses up, and we know this. But our hips are one of the things that tenses up, often without us even realizing it. And so that's why these hip stretches are so good for us, because it allows us to really release. Inhale. Exhale, relax into this pose a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. We're only here for 6 more breaths. I promise you're okay. Inhale fully. Let the discomfort bring you a little bit more presence as you breathe out. Finding your edge for the last 4 breaths, that place where it's uncomfortable enough to where you're forced to be present, but not too uncomfortable to where you have to come out of the pose. We want to live there in that space. For 3 more deep breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale, relax a little more. And then there's no graceful way to come out of this pose. So maybe you just swing yourself forward or guide the big toes back to touch. And then return yourself back seated on your mat. Place the soles of your feet on your mat. Bend the knees. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, just melt over the legs here. Reaching for the shins, or maybe grabbing underneath the thighs, releasing the head towards the knees. Giving yourself a hug here. And in the mind, just give yourself a soft I love you. And gearing all of that love towards yourself. One more time, take a deep breath in. I love you. Breathe out. Gently roll yourself back up. Extend that right leg out in front of you. Take the left sole of the foot and place it to the inside of the right thigh. And from here, take a breath in. Shift the chest so that it's folding over the right leg. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips and melt down. Maybe the head just releases down as the hands go to the outsides of the leg. We want this to be more of a natural release of the body rather than a stretch. Keeping the right foot flexed. Noticing any compression in the front of the body as you round forward. Our lungs expand in all directions here. So see if you can really invite that expansion into the back as you take a full breath in, feeling the back and the sides of the body expand. And as you breathe out, melt a little deeper. Notice if your body was able to release into this pose a little bit more. Take a full breath in. Exhale, breathe out. Maybe reaching that left hand for the outside of that right foot if it feels good and you're still able to find that sense of relaxation in the pose. Keep slowing your exhale. Breathing in. As you breathe out, melt a little deeper over that front leg. Relaxing. And on that next breath, just notice how this pose feels now versus when you first entered it. Take one more breath. And very gently walk yourself up. Take a gentle counter twist here by breathing in. As you breathe out, take a gentle twist, taking that right hand to the knee and then twisting open. Inhale, return back to center. And gently extend the left leg now and place the sole of that right foot on your mat. Take a deep breath in, the arms reach up overhead. Gently twist the body over towards that left foot, and then as you exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. And when you feel like you can't hinge from the hips anymore, that's when you round and melt forward. Take a slow breath in. Open mouth, breathe out. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, can you melt just a little bit deeper? Noticing the sensations you feel in the back of that left leg. Relaxing that right knee towards the earth. Take a full breath in. Be aware of your exhale as you breathe out and melt a little bit more. Keeping that left foot flexed. Take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Maybe placing that left hand, right hand to the outside of that left foot. Take a deep breath in for 5, counting in the head for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 5. Inhale for 5, Pause for 5. Exhale for 7. Keep counting in the mind to give the thoughts something to focus on. Pause for 5. Keep relaxing. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 7. Pause for 5. Maybe continuing this a few more times at your own pace as you can continue to relax a little bit more with every breath. Slowing the breath when it gets uncomfortable, so that you can add that to your toolbox when life gets uncomfortable. We're here for 4 more breaths. That's it. When you're ready, inhale to very gently lift yourself back up. Take a gentle counter twist here. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, take your twist, reaching that left hand to the outside of that right knee. Inhale back to center. Extend the right leg there. Maybe rocking yourself from side to side or shaking out the legs or taking just one gentle forward fold here. Breathe in, reach the arms up overhead, maybe keeping a gentle bend in the knees. Exhale, melt down, forward fold. We're not here for long, we're here for 4 more breaths. Inhale. Intentionally slow down this exhale as you breathe out. Be aware of this next inhale. Exhale, relax and melt a little bit deeper into your forward fold. Two more breaths. When you slow your exhale in poses like this, it cues your mind that you're safe to release into this pose a little bit more. So then your body releases and lets go of some tension in the back of the legs. And when you're ready, inhale, walk yourself back up. Place the soles of the feet on your mat. Maybe scoot yourself forward. Extend the arms out in front of you and slowly lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Hug the knees into the chest. And use an inhale to reach the legs up overhead for waterfall pose. And keep a soft bend in the knees here. So it's not core work. And we're getting fresh blood flowing to our heart and our brain. Take a breath in. And a slow breath out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees. And then we're releasing the knees over towards the left. The hands go at a T or in goalposts. Maybe the gaze goes towards the right. Imagine this twist wringing out any toxins in the body. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Relaxing the cheeks, unclenching the jaw. On that next inhale, come to center, and as you exhale, find this twist on the other side. Take a full breath in. Exhale fully. Take a breath in and a breath out. On that next inhale, come back to center. Notice if there's any other movement you feel like your body might need right now. Maybe you hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a little hug. And then very gently find some stillness reclined on your back. The soles of the feet can be on your mat, or you can extend the legs long. Maybe the hands rest on your belly or down by your side. Close the eyes. Take a very slow breath in. And a very slow breath out. Unclenching your jaw, relax your eyes, relax your shoulders, feel the connection of the back of your head to your mat, feel your upper back rest heavy on your mat. Relax your glutes and notice that connection. Relax the legs and the feet. And bring your awareness back to the rise and fall of the chest. you have the time, resting here for as long as you need. Maybe you begin to invite some more movement into the body, like rocking the head from side to side slowly, not jerking awake. And take your time to find yourself rolled onto one side. Notice the connection of the surface below you, feeling supported. Take a slow breath. And then very gently press yourself up into a seat. And on an inhale, place the palms together and invite the thumbs to the center of the forehead for good thoughts. And as you take your exhale, let them fall to the lips for good words, breathing in. And as you breathe out, let them fall to the heart for good intentions toward yourself and others. The light in me sees and has so much love for the light in you.